Welcome back to the Cooperative Funeral Care World Matchplay Championship 2009 final between Mervyn King and David Gourlay. The players are now ready. They are rink side. Your commentators for this one are Andy Thompson and David Corkill. But first, let me hand you over to your MC for this evening, Richard Bayer.
Thank you very much, Charlie. Yes, it is final time, and the question on everybody's lips is who is going to lift this Cooperative Funeral Care Matchplay Championship trophy? We're about to find out. Everybody here in the International Hall at Ponds Forge in Sheffield are ready. All the crowd is ready. The players are ready. So let's get the boys out. Ladies and gentlemen, making his second appearance in a World Matchplay final is a former World Indoor Singles and reigning World Indoor Pairs champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mervyn King. And now to a man who's appeared in more world ranking finals than any other player in the history of the game. Also a former World Indoor Singles and reigning World Indoor Pairs champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it's David Gourlay.
Well, we'll all be hoping that this game is as good as the semi-final. Certainly the David Gourlay and Alex Marshall semi-final, which would appear to raise the bar in this tournament so much higher than previous matches. We thought, Andy, that David Gourlay would struggle to keep his form going the way he played in the quarter-final. He was exceptional again in the semi-final.
Certainly was, David. Played really well, and I mean there's been an hour's break between semi and final, and we'd let everyone know that David Gourlay has actually been on this rink practising. So you talked about fitness. David Gourlay's got to be fit.
Yes, the reason why is he was moving from the semi-final, which was the red bowls that he was using, to now to play with the green bowls that he originally used back in the quarter-final. So we just had a few ends to get used to them again. And these guys are so used to playing in long matches as well. International games can last anything up to 4.5, 5 hours, so a couple of singles games won't cause them too much trouble.
No, they're used to the long periods of playing, as you say, David. These are relatively short games, about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Mervyn obviously has a favour for the backhand. Most players will be thinking, well, that green ball's not too clever where it is, but as you can see, plenty of room to come around. A little bit unlucky.
Well, we've talked about David Gourlay's strength. This is one of the shots that he's always played well. That's the forehand runner. Shall we see it as early as his second ball in the final?
6 inches short of jack high.
Well, he won't want to play it in the first end, but he might be forced into having a go at this. It's just too good a target.
Yeah, he's playing it already. Not hesitating. And he won't be far away. Has he got the jack?
Oh! I believe he made that gap. No, did it touch the jack on the way through?
Mervyn, yes, there is a gap there.
Well, you know what's going to happen, Mervyn, so you've got choices. There we go. No, it cleared the jack. Obviously that gap must be about 5.5 inches wide. And Mervyn, either draw another one or go around the back of the head.
Well, Mervyn started with a 4 against Greg. Could he do it again? He's certainly line 3.
And this one will swing right in behind the jack. Well, David might be forced to go again at this.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, David. He'll be driving here again. Jack in the ditch is the target now. Seemed to start that a bit wider.
Yes, looking to get off the inside edge of the bowl, onto the jack. Well, that's okay. He'll be happy enough for that. Not the best result, but he has got a bowl to recover.
Two red. Just over a yard.
Mervyn will want to negotiate past the front bowls if he can. He's got caught on it.
Bit lucky.
Yes, a good way to get to the jack, but David will be on his favourite forehand.
The first shot.
Well, I don't really know why David's looking to find out about this, because
Red.
Well, he's asking if there's a toucher in the ditch. It doesn't matter, David. You've got a yard to draw the shot here. You're not going to run for the jack, so the toucher won't come into play. Just draw the shot.
no idea why he was even interested in that, because it has no bearing on the shot he's going to play. It's a draw. And I fully expect David Gourlay to draw this.
Yeah, I think so. He's got a yard at least to draw a shot.
Well, he's certainly on a good line. It's all on pace.
Shot ball coming in.
Here it comes. Needs to hurry just a little bit, though.
Yeah, that's going to be enough. I think that'll win it.
Yep, that should be it. Good recovery.
One shot, David Gourlay.
The typical David Gourlay. Drive and then draw. So, there's the Scot off to a winning start against the Englishman. Interesting loyalties for you there, Andy, isn't it? Being a Scot and playing for England for 30 years.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I've played with Mervyn at many events, indoors, outdoors, Commonwealth Games together. So I know Mervyn very well, and obviously David, a fellow Scot. So I know both players. It's really good.
I have a feeling though we're going to see quite a lot of David Gourlay's shot play in this match.
Well, that's what I said earlier on. Mervyn wasn't drawing quite so well against Greg, but he's going to have to beat David Gourlay. Mervyn playing the forehand in this direction. I don't think we'll see him playing this hand a lot. But David's opening balls forced him onto the floor. He's got a chance with this rest the red ball. Fall in. Yep.
Lovely and solid as well. Middle of the ball. You do just get the impression that David's even more settled with these green balls.
Yeah, he played well with him in his very first game here, David. Oh, good try, Mervyn. Just caught it on the wrong side.
One green.
Just missed the line slightly. It was good to arrive at the head.
15 inches short of jack high.
Mervyn must be tempted with this in the backhand.
So he better stick to his forehand. I don't know why he's playing the backhand.
Well, I think he's just tempted with it, Andy, just to try and slip underneath the green one onto the jack.
Oh, he's close then.
Oh. Well, I nearly called it right. Just caught the edge.
One ball short of jack high.
I think it's still a forehand shot for David. Try to remove the jack closest to two green balls. I think he's close here. Oh, he's well played, very well played.
Don't know if that's gone in for another one. I think it just rolled off it. But it's another ball in the head. just think that this might be worth arriving at for Mervyn. He can afford to reach through, try and miss the jack and get to the bowl, or squeeze the jack through to the red ones.
Yeah, I think it'll be the backhand again.
Well, Sandra's still looking at the head.
Very close, Mervyn.
Yes, that's why, because Mervyn had asked Sandra to give him an opinion on it.
Well, he played these conversion shots well against Greg.
So close to last bowl. He's close again.
Just needs to be inside the green ball. I think he's caught it on the outside.
Wrong side. Will it move the jack though? It has, but it's going to be 2 to green.
2 shots, David Gourlay.
I thought he might have been just a little bit more forceful to that.
Just slightly unfortunate. Caught the outside of the ball. Just hoping to inside the green. Unfortunately, catch the outside. 2 shots to David Gourlay.
Oh, a good start for David Gourlay. 3-0 after 2 ends. He always has the same determination to win events. No extra in this one. But he's now domiciled in Glasgow again, having spent a number of years with his home, well, his first home that is, in Sydney, Australia. So he feels a bit more confident about playing on the indoor surfaces now that he's based back in the UK.
Well, they're so much better in Scotland, David, than Sydney, isn't it? Yes. Why would you want to live in Sydney?
Exactly.
And you could live in Glasgow.
It's a big place, Sydney, though. But it is stunning. And when you play bowls down there, the greens are magnificent.
Yeah.
It's Greenlee's Couch they play on.
Oh.
Which is a lovely type of grass to play bowls in that particular area of the world, as opposed to somewhere like Queensland where they play on Tiff Wharf.
Slightly fancy Mervyn.
Well, we always knew that, Sandra. That's okay. Mervyn's got the slight eyebrows up there.
Exactly jack high. Exactly jack high.
How far short is Mervyn?
About 1/4 of an inch.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's so close it doesn't really matter, does it, Andy?
No, it's just a draw here for David. Hope to just touch the red ball. That would probably be enough. He's very close here.
Certainly is.
Just needs to touch the red.
Oh, this is a run for cover for Mervyn now.
Yes, unfortunately for Mervyn, he can't do much with this.
No, he needs to go behind. It's a strange sort of thing really with us in the UK. We play on most of our outdoor greens are turfed greens from many years ago. Sometimes they're seeded, but in Australia you've got all these different grasses to play on, and they're all different in characteristic, aren't they, Andy?
Yeah, different parts of Australia, different grasses, but I'd agree with you, David. Excellent surfaces, unlike our surfaces, which, shall we say, are not the best in the world.
No, we certainly do suffer. It's not due to the lack of skill on behalf of the greenkeepers. Goodness me, they know their job. But the weather conditions really do make things very difficult for them.
Well, I don't think David's shot has changed with Mervyn's last bowl. It's still just a draw on the forehand. Hope to just nudge the red. That should be enough to give him the shot.
Yes, we've been saying in bowls, just crack an egg. Just arrive and a slight touch.
One of the hardest shots in the game, this, just to touch the ball.
Oh, this one's not going to get back in time.
Well,
Good place though.
Yes, it's good. Gives him a chance again.
Gives him more options in terms of playing pace.
No, this is unfortunately not a good head for Mervyn because he can't do anything with the head.
Yes, he has to rely on David to miss it, really. Needs to run just a bit more with this one. Oh, Merv, you don't want to be this close, surely.
Oh,
I don't think that's changed it, but
yeah.
Goodness me, he didn't want to be there.
No, he didn't. It just makes it slightly bigger now for David.
No, I think you'll find that he'll play a bit more aggressive to it.
I think he should just be drawing here. He doesn't want to remove his own bow, and there's always that danger. I think this should just be a draw. Catch any of the two close red balls. I think he'll score. Yeah, just playing the draw.
Well, I think he's pushed this out a bit too wide again.
Yeah, I think he's too wide.
A little bit surprised at that because his back bow is in a beautiful receiving position. Mervyn just waiting until the ball stops to lift the jack and say, thank you very much, I'll take that.
I think so. Well, if he's lying...
That is if he's lying.
If he's lying, he'll take the one.
There was.
Yes, David's acknowledged that. David's saying one to Mervyn.
One shot, Mervyn King.
Well, that surprised me. David didn't take a bit more of a risk on it.
I don't think he wanted to take his own ball out, David, and there was always that slight chance. One down's not a disaster.
It's going to be a very cagey final, this. Shots are going to be hard to come by. And that's the shot that Mervyn, or the ball Mervyn didn't use. Declared after 3 deliveries, happy enough to take the single. That easy push delivery where his back leg just tucks in behind his lead leg.
Both very static on the mat, not a lot of body movement going forward, so they both would adapt to quick greens, and this is certainly quick. Better try from Mervyn here.
Yes.
Needs to stop.
Good adjustment.
One green.
Drop back for a decent second, but at this level you fully expect to have 2 shots against you whenever you deliver 2 balls like that. They're not bad, Andy, are they? But it's just the level so high.
Exactly. You know, at this level now you've got to be within inches. Anything within, you know, beyond the 6 inches is beatable by all players. And well, David needs to stop with this one, just running through a yard. This looks better, Mervyn. Oh, still running on.
Yes, just didn't stop in time.
One green.
Still David Gourlay.
David just asking Mervyn to go in the inside of the rink so we can see the rink marker. It's the yellow marsh you can see at the extremes of the rink, both ends.
Not many players on the tour do this, do they, David? I mean, I know David always wants to see the end marker, but I can't recall any other player actually wanting to see the marker.
He doesn't actually use it that much, I don't think. I think it's just a comfort thing.
Yes, I think it is. He's always done it, but I don't think there's any others who need to see the end mark.
Well, he has missed his weight on this end, but the shot that he's lying is fairly secure in terms of its position to be taken out. But Mervyn has got a shot to trail the jack back.
Yes, he has. This is just a draw and hope to move the jack 3 or 4 inches. Would score a 3. We're trying to draw the shot.
So easy, that delivery of Mervyn King, so simple. Oh, he's better with this, surely, if he's reaching.
Angle.
If he's reaching, he's got it.
Oh, well played, Mervyn King.
Well, David Gourlay left that wide open, missed with 2 balls, and now he's in trouble.
Well,
3 red.
Mervyn was trying to draw the shot here. The jack was a bonus. The jack was what he gets. 3 shots. David Gourlay in a bit of trouble. Well, looks to me as if he's going to play the forehand runner. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, wow, do you really?
Yeah, I think he will.
Forehand, the ball on the ball on the ball.
Correct.
Or green ball into the head.
That's what he'll play.
Goodness me. Anything could happen there. He still has to negotiate the front red one as well.
Yeah, that's the danger, is the short red one. But I think this is a forehand runner, I'm sure.
Well, it's a very narrow angle, and he has to hope for a little bit of luck as well, David Gourlay, in this shot.
He won't be far away.
Well, he's been very courageous with these shots.
Well, he's
throughout
in the
this
area.
tournament.
How's his luck? Oh,
Well,
kicked 2 out.
it's not bad.
He'll be
Reduced it to
happy.
1.
Happy with that.
1 shot, Mervyn
He's
King.
very close to not getting back with that one.
Put the outside of the red ball. Enough to remove 2.
Certainly wasn't an easy shot that Dave Gourlay took on there. So confident in his forehand running balls. I remember a while ago, Andy, being in the company of another few players from the World Bowls Tour, and one of them actually said to David Gourlay, you know, if you take away your forehand running ball, you know, would he really be that successful? And I said, well, yep, he would just develop his backhand to be as good as his forehand.
Yeah.
And his backhand already hits about 80%.
Yes, he does. He's a good player.
He's not a one-dimensional player, David Gourlay. He's got every shot. And in fact, I think actually he's developed his backhand running ball to be extremely accurate,
Yes.
even though he still favours his forehand.
Such an important shot in the game, the running ball. Not everyone likes it, not the purists. They like to see the drawing shot, but it's such an important ball to be able to get out of trouble. But this is the shot that's impressed me most from David this week, his drawing balls.
Oh, his drawing has been superb.
Not running, Mervyn.
Yes, it was the great David Bryant who used to have some interesting debates with him, but he always said there was really only 2 shots in the game. The draw and the drive, and every other shot outside of the drive was a variation of the draw. And that sort of simplified the game rather.
Yes.
But he's probably right, and I'm certainly not going to argue with him.
I know.
But he is right, and although little running balls, conversion shots, they really are variations on the draw when you think about it.
Yes, they are. Just a
2
slightly
green.
undergrassing it from the draw line.
David Bryant, of course, took it to extremes in terms that we always knew when he was driving because he had a different stance.
Changed his delivery, stood upright, a bit like Alex Marshall. Everyone knows when he's going to drive. Are you running, Merv? Mervyn, you can't drop short.
Nope, not when the back balls are against you.
Well, this is a chance for David.
Shipping up well.
1 in a measure. Sandra having a
Close
look.
for second, David.
Close for second, but we know if you touch that jack an inch, it'll make 3.
Certainly will. I think he'll just be trying to draw another here. Mervyn's in a bit of trouble. Is he running? He's pushing this ball up.
Oh, he's in for 2 though.
Yes, it's certainly second shot. Oh, this is the first time that Mervyn's going to be facing a little bit of
Yes,
trouble.
that's definitely second shot.
He has to try and draw away and just miss it, as we see David just settling himself.
I don't know if there's a draw on here, David.
I tell you what, the running ball doesn't look too clever.
I think he might be trying to run. Oh, he's trying to draw. Wow, this is hard.
You know what Mervyn's like? When he's in trouble, he usually reverts back to the draw.
Well, David's wing ball, I think, is right in the way of the draw.
Yeah, now we'll find out. It's forced him outside and forced him through. He's missed the head. It's a definite 2 as a measure for 3, and that red ball has just leaned against the green one and has brought it just a fraction of an inch closer. This could be a 4 shots.
Could be. I would expect David to draw another. That was Mervyn's loosest end of the game, and he's going to be punished for it. Oh, David, are you running?
Well, he needs a little bit of pace to carry this through. He's just going to make it, I think.
Yeah, that's good enough.
He has. He'll be very, very happy. That's 3 out and a measure for 4. Bearing in mind that he's 1 up in this match at the moment. Well, not even an argument about the 4th.
Definitely 4th. Well, that's a lot in a sets game. 7-2. That's a good lead for David Gourlay.
Now, the one thing in a player's mind is, in the end, after picking up a full house, is score something, just 1 shot, to really feel the benefit of that big count of 4. You don't want your opponent to nibble back at that lead.
Mervyn, you're right. Mervyn needs to score this end. Better, Mervyn. Still not quite nailing the jack. 15 inches through. Yeah, I spoke to him in the interval and he was slightly concerned about this backhand in this direction that seemed to be running on. Well, David needs to stop here.
Unusually loose.
About 20 inches.
That's what Mervyn was saying to me. He says it's sometimes so difficult to stop the ball. It just keeps running on and on.
Well, David picked up a 4 in the semi-final against Alex Marshall and promptly lost to 2 the next end. A very loose end, as it turned out. He certainly won't want to do that this time.
Shot ball coming in.
Wants to keep the pressure on.
Number 1.
Well, there's the saviour now.
This looks better, Mervyn. Jack's a bonus.
Oh, the gap is there.
Oh dear, that's
and he
unlucky.
made it. Unlucky.
Very unlucky.
That's the target ball. Mervyn was aware of the fact if he'd have picked up the jack at that pace, he could have been lying 3 shots now. As it is, he's 1 down.
Well, the red ball closest to the jack. That's David's target. Rest that, count 2. Trying to push this ball up.
Oh, I don't think he needs to. I think it's going to come right over. There it goes.
Well, it's another shot in.
Well,
Two green.
2 shots at this stage would almost secure the set, but Mervyn can turn the jack for 4.
He can.
Wasting no time.
Well, he played the conversion shots well against Greg. Can he play another good one here?
It's in the area.
Oh, he's close.
It's in the area.
Very
Has he got
close.
the gap?
Oh, he's got 4, I think.
Big ball by Mervyn King.
2 balls out. Oh, this is just a perfect ball. He was losing the set, as you say, David. Catches the jack. Definitely scoring 2 at least.
Yeah, it's just needed another 1/4 of an inch of the jack and he would have definitely made the 4.
2 balls taken out.
So it'll be up to umpire Brian Daly to sort out if there's any more than 2.
Well, it's only maximum of 3 here. One of the red balls has been taken away, so it's a 2 or a 3 to Mervyn. Oh, that's
Goodness me.
David Gourlay, your eyesight's as bad as
3
mine.
shots, Mervyn King.
Easily 3.
Oh, that was in by 2 inches. But once again, David Gourlay's allowed the opposition to score heavily after picking up a 4.
I don't think David could be criticised there. I mean, he laid 2 good shots. Mervyn played a great ball. (7-5) Mervyn back in the game.
Big end. 7th end of a 9-end set. Always a confidence-inspiring shot when you make a big turnover of 5 shots, 2 against to 3 up.
Yeah, I'm sure Mervyn knew that as well. Dropping the 2, I'd agree with you, David. He was losing the set, definitely. Now he's back in with a chance. It's very unlike Mervyn here. He's going to have to get closer. He can't rely on the conversion shots all the time.
As well, David will correct with this ball. Anything past the short ones are good, but he's struggling.
Oh, he's not running.
Oh, he hasn't corrected. I don't believe that. What's happening?
Well, both players have gone off. Well, David, yes. Scratch your head. What's going on?
2.5 feet.
I think whenever that happens, it's almost better, Andy, to move to the other side of the rink.
Well, he's actually been playing the other side quite well.
He has been playing generally forehand.
Well, this is going to be the winner.
Took 3 balls to get one within a foot or so, but
3 red.
David's going to... Well, he's still sticking to the backhand. Persevere with it, and I'm surprised. I thought he might have changed.
Well, after 2 short balls, he's decided to push through, and that's what happens. You go through too much.
I think that's why I would have changed, Andy.
Well, he's 2 or 3 shots down.
Suddenly, Mervyn King can see a light at the end of the tunnel.
This is one of your heads, David, back home, isn't it? Balls all over the place.
Scoring heavily, you mean? Absolutely.
Well, Mervyn's got 3, maybe 4 here. And there's nothing really close. He's shaking his head.
Exactly. Well, the thing about a head like this is, you know, Andy, it isn't pretty, but it's effective if you score 3 or 4.
Exactly. That's why you often score with loose heads. Well, David, can you draw the shot here? He needs to run. I think he's dropping short again.
Struggling.
Oh dear.
Goodness me, that is a shocker of an end. One that David Gourlay will want to forget about. I definitely think he should have moved onto the forehand. There's something not right. The first two balls dropping short.
4 shots.
3 shots, Mervyn.
3 shots. Wow.
3 to Mervyn. Well, 2 trebles in a row. It has to be said, although David was lying a couple of shots the previous end, he also had 2 loose balls and played 4 loose balls in that end. So a very nice position at 7-2 has been wiped out. That's 8-7 for Mervyn King. And we do know that the rink does change pace a little bit at this time in the evening, and that might have a factor on it, but these are 2 of the best players in the world. They really should be adapting and changing to that.
I would have thought they would. I mean, that was a loose end. This looks a better starter from Mervyn. Still shaking his head. Well, I'm sure David's thinking, why couldn't I have done that one end?
In the last 2 hands.
Yes. Close here.
Well, this is more like it.
Looks red.
Couple of ropey ends, but
1 red.
all tightened up again. This ball will sweep back as the pace comes off. Here it comes.
He's got a chance here. He's got a big chance here. Trail the jack. He's well played. Oh,
Has he been unlucky?
I think he has. Unfortunately, the red ball went as well.
1 red.
Still Mervyn. Mervyn needs another ball in here, though.
I think up until the last 2 ends, it's David Gourlay has been the better player.
He has, all of a sudden.
Now it's changed.
2 red.
Changed totally. Well, Mervyn picks a 2 up here. He'll be 3 up playing the last end.
Oh, what a steal that will be.
Well, I think we may see a David Gourlay runner here. Looks quite wide on the forehand side. Quite a good target, this.
That's a good target. That's 2 feet wide, Andy. You would hit that.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe with a bit of practice, but you would hit it.
I'd get a bad result on knowing that.
You had a couple of bad ones in that forehand, didn't you? You really did.
Well, you've got to hit the target and hope you get a good result here, David.
Well, he's definitely hitting the target.
Oh, that was a bad result.
Took a single ball out. Not exactly what he was looking for. Easily have squeezed the other red one.
1 red.
One red. Mervyn will be trying to draw another here. Any movement on the jack would be 2 or 3. He's on a good wide road, pushing the ball in. Just needs to run.
Oh, he's going to leave the target, I think.
Yeah, that's 2.
Well, I have to say, it does set up a bit of a target, but it's an extra pressure on David Gourlay on this occasion.
Yeah, it's a target. It looks more of a backhand shot this time than a forehand shot.
Oh, I wouldn't be at all surprised if he still plays it in the forehand.
I wouldn't be surprised, but it does look a backhand shot.
Better shot in the back. Well, there's certainly a lot of pressure on this ball. If he misses this, the set's virtually gone.
Mervyn was 3 up playing the last end. Big ball.
Oh, that looks narrow. Will it hold?
He might catch his own one here.
Oh,
well, he's got second out of that.
It was definitely coming across very quickly, but took one away. Mervyn King keeps the run going, and now he's 2 up with 1 end to play.
David Gourlay was 1 down against Alex Marshall playing the last end and got the shot to tie the set. This time he needs 2 to tie the set. I think he'd be happy with that. Yeah, he's playing the forehand now. I think he's decided, I'm not playing that backhand anymore.
Yes, well, I think definitely a tactical error.
Well, he played his very first game, David, he played this forehand and played it exceptionally well. That's why I'm surprised he's been playing the backhand.
With the same balls.
Exactly, and he's been playing balls like this.
So why on earth did he stay on the backhand when he was in trouble?
Yeah.
Funny old game.
Yeah, I think he's shaking his head, he doesn't know. I think the players are struggling with the pace, I think. Probably is a bit quicker tonight. This looks like the winner coming in though. Number 1 for Mervyn.
Well, David needs 2 shots. It's going to be difficult to draw 2 inside that one.
Needs to keep this ball on the green. Won't be running at this yet.
Two inches. Gap 8 inches.
Another close ball, David. I don't think you should be running at this as yet. Well, he is. Oh dear.
He has to make contact.
Exactly. He's wasted a ball.
Why?
Oh dear. That's not the right shot, David. To get a 2.
He might have drawn on the forehand to get another close one. And
exactly.
Then played through in the backhand.
Yeah, he's put himself under more pressure. Chance for Mervyn to add another here. Then David's in big trouble. Mervyn's close again. Puts this on the top of the jack. David Gourlay, well, it's almost now impossible for David Gourlay to score 2 shots on this end.
2 red.
Second ball was wasted, David. Now he doesn't have a shot.
Now he's in a heap of trouble. His only way out of this is to hit it again and hope to get a good result and have his last ball have any opportunity of gaining 2. He's really let the set slip away. Oh, ball onto the head. Oh, that is...
Well, it's the only way he's going to get a chance is the green ball onto one of the red balls and hopefully stay in the area. Well, if this ball misses the target, it's definitely set over.
It looks narrow. Needs to stay up a bit longer.
Yeah.
Oh, look narrow out of the hand.
No, it's now impossible. I would say absolutely impossible for David Gourlay. He'll be thinking, how have I let this set go?
He was in total control of this set after 5 ends at 7-2. And I did say to you, Andy, the last time he scored a 4, the next end was a very poor one against Alex Marshall. He scored a 4 to go 7-2 in front, and the next end was really, really poor and lost a 3.
Well, Mervyn, you could put this ball almost anywhere. Yard through, but that's going to be good enough.
Very quick David Gourlay to play this shot. He realises it's almost impossible. Ball on the ball, he's going to take a single if he runs through, and he has. 1 to green.
1 shot, David Gourlay, first set. Mervyn
But it's not enough. It's Mervyn King who takes the first set, 9 shots to 8. No doubt about it, an interesting set.
Well, it was a good strike, good follow through, but he was never ever going to score 2 shots on the head. And, you know, to be fair, I think David Gourlay dominated the first part of the first set, and then Mervyn started to play better, but there's no doubt about it. David Gourlay will be kicking himself at the moment.
Well, he certainly will. 7-2 up, but managed to lose 7 shots and lost the set 9 shots to 8. Can the world number 5 get back? We'll be back after the break. It's still a fascinating final, but can Mervyn King take this title to England? Welcome back to the second set. A fascinating game. Mervyn King and David Gourlay from Scotland. Mervyn King, of course, from England and Norfolk. He managed to steal that first set 9 shots to 8 with a run of a 3-3 and single to take. Well, he's got one hand on that trophy, not quite the other one just yet. But it was a funny old set in the end, wasn't it, Andy? David Gourlay looked in total control.
Total control, 7-2 up, playing well, line 2. Mervyn really struggling. Mervyn plays a good conversion shot, picks up a 3-7-5, and from then on David just really lost the place. He's got to gather himself. He's had a 4-minute break. He needs to start well again. He's a good tie-break player, David, so he'll be confident if he can get this set. He could still win this game.
Well, they got off to a very good start in the first set, lifting a single and a double, but he needs to settle himself. Good starter.
Inch and a half.
The opportunity to have a quick word with the players during the break, and they're saying to me, going in this direction, the rink is just the same as it always has been. But in the opposite direction, towards the commentary box, where we are, the pace has dropped by some 4 to 5 feet. And that must have happened really about end 6, maybe end 7, that sort of time.
Yeah, the pace can change with the air conditioning coming on and going off.
I think if it had happened a couple of ends later, David Gourlay would have been out of sight.
Yes, he would have been.
In the first set. As it is, he has to win this one to force the tie break. He's off to a good start.
2 green.
Good line by David Gourlay.
Great ball from David.
Well, that's the way he started off in the first set, Andy.
Yes. I think he's got it out of his head. Bad set, just forget it. Needs to win this.
13 inches short of dark high.
Hard for Mervyn to get the shot here. Yeah, he's playing the attacking ball. He's played these shots well all week. Good conversion balls he's played. How close? Well, took one away.
That was a very accurate shot and a very narrow target.
2 green.
Oh, Mervyn. Normally very good on the draw. It's the conversion shots that's got him here to the final. David Gourlay's close here for adding another. Great balls. Great balls.
3 green.
3 green. I could see Mervyn running at this head again.
It's very hard to draw himself out of trouble.
He's trying to draw this.
He's so confident on the draw shot, Mervyn King. Reckons if he drops on the green ball, falls back, he might get second. It looks too wide.
I think I would have run at that again.
I think it's certainly worth taking a risk.
3 shots, David Gourlay.
Well, he's not been great. Defence not been good enough here, I don't think, Mervyn. I think I would have been running at that again.
Good start for DG. Takes a treble. Mervyn not finding line
Almost 2 feet.
or pace. David will be looking just to consolidate on that 3.
Yeah, build a good lead. This is better.
Yes, and he's reverted back to the forehand.
Well, that's where he played well in his first game. Mervyn's closer with this one. Should get second shot.
On green.
That's me on the telly.
Well, David having to change onto the backhand. His last Mervyn King ball in the way, but dropping short. Although it's not a bad ball there, Mervyn can still get around it.
Still get around it, but I think Mervyn would have preferred it not there. I think Mervyn may have been attacking this. He could now only draw the shot. Looks too heavy to draw this.
And that's so unlike Mervyn. I'm just wondering would David Gourlay be better just thinking about this on the forehand.
Yeah, well, he's got nothing behind. The danger of playing the backhand is you give Mervyn a chance.
You could leave him a wing ball.
Correct.
It's hard enough at the moment.
Because at the moment you feel David should score the shot on this end. Unless this ball gives Mervyn an assist. Well, that's wide enough not to help Mervyn.
One. What about that? Almost half an inch.
Well, the danger is Mervyn taking his own ball out, but he can afford to reach this on the backhand. Almost using David Gourlay's last ball as a bit of a sighting ball. I think I'd have preferred, if I had been David, not to go anywhere near it on the backhand. Oh, look at this.
I think he's going to dive. He's not got enough pace,
He needs
really.
an edge, and he's very close. Oh. Well,
Still David.
still one to green, but
One shot, David Gourlay.
it was very close in the end. Up after 2 ends. No real dramatic changes in jack length. Well now, let's work that one out, Andy.
Yes, he started off the set really well. But that's a loose one. That's more like Mervyn.
best chance.
Yes, he'll be disappointed with that one. After a great opening ball, Mervyn. That was a chance to get pressure. On to David. David will be trying to get a good second ball here. Quite difficult to get the shot. Good angle here. Well, that's a good second. He'll be happy with
One
that.
red. Very, very slightly past.
Not only that, but it sets up an opportunity as well.
Yes.
Mervyn still has a target ball to aim for, a foot or so beyond the jack. That's the green ball, just the bottom of our picture, that's what he's aiming for.
Don't think he's got enough pace, is he?
Nope.
Just the one.
Just the one, but
One red.
it's not a bad place to be. But I think if David just touched his own ball on the outside edge, it would drop down for shot.
Yeah.
It's as safe a shot as any.
I think it could just be a draw here, David. Will he get back in time?
I think he'll get back okay.
Needs just to touch it. No.
Just when he gets back. As you say, Andy, he just didn't get back in time. It was a beautiful line for the ball that he was playing, but just slightly over the par, and I'm really surprised that Mervyn's actually going down here.
Reasonably safe on the backhand. In fact, might even be a better forehand shot here. Yeah, he's playing the forehand. Touches the green ball, pushes it out for 3.
Yes, that's a slight risk to it. Doesn't want to get the outside of the green ball, but I think he's been very careful.
I think he's on the inside road, so I don't think he'll do any damage with this one. 1 to Mervyn.
One shot, Mervyn King.
Yes, David Gourlay just dropping the ball down with his foot, showing that's what his intention was. Just a little touch on the ball, but he missed it. Mervyn takes a single and gets his account open in the second set. Now I just wonder, Andy, we haven't had a tie break in this event so far. Are we ready for our first one?
Well, it was my prediction. I said it would be a tie break and Mr. Gourlay would win the tie break, so it might come true yet.
Yes, I listened to that and I thought, wow, if it's going to be a tie-break, I think most people would go with the more aggressive of the two players.
Correct, which is David. But Mervyn's played good conversion shots here all week, so who's to say he can't win it. Well, I think it's probably fair to say that both players have played better in this tournament. It's a bit nervy final. I think both players are desperate to win this.
Yes, they both played better in their two previous matches.
Yeah, they certainly did. Both players are just slightly off. This is better from David though. Going to go under Mervyn. Good second though.
Yes. Half a ball short.
David doesn't look too happy about that.
No, because the ball is touching the jack, he feels as though if he does touch it, he'd give it away. But I think the way the angle is, I think he's safe to play the backhand.
I think I Yeah, I would go with that. He is safe, but he likes his forehand, so I don't know why he was sort of hesitating, because it's a good forehand shot.
And if he runs, he's good here. Excellent road. 1 foot more.
He was a bit tentative there. I don't know why, because going through was still good.
Yes, it was.
Mervyn can afford to arrive at this with a little bit of pace.
It looks to be under.
Solid connection. This head is not building up too well for David Gourlay. He's lined the shot, but he needs another one in. Gentle, gentle. This is what he's worried about, the jack moving.
Exactly, exactly. He's giving it away.
1 red.
Well, it's so difficult in these matches to score shots. The last thing you need to be doing is giving them away.
He was a bit unlucky with that one. Good ball.
The trouble was, he knew what it was like, Andy. He knew there was a danger. It probably would have been okay with a little bit less weight.
Yes.
Just maybe a little bit over the weight.
Well, Mervyn will try to punish David. Try to draw another. Well, he's not drawing another. David's got a chance here. A big chance on the forehand.
Will he time it, try and get his own ball or the other one out?
Well, I think he'll be after his own ball. If he catches his own ball onto the red, yes, that's it, David. His foot's down.
Tell you what, I don't think it'll be too good if he catches the other ball, though. Let's just wait and see. He's looking to see whether if he hits the red ball, what sort of damage would be done.
A lot.
And he probably would lose 2 if the ball goes onto the jack and goes all the way through. Would be a little bit unlucky if that happened.
Yes, I think so. I think he'll play this on the forehand. He'll play this with weight. It's just how much he'll play it with.
Good percentage shot.
Yes, it is. I think he's got a good chance of getting the shot here. I think he'd be disappointed not to get this. He's playing it with a lot of weight. He's close. Oh, well played. Wow. Excellent ball.
He got the target goal. He got a little bit of fortune by moving the other red one first. That brought him into the other red goal, but that was the target goal. The green one took it out, cleans the whistle. 3 to David Gourlay.
Yeah, probably deserves that.
Good ball, on target, maximum result.
Excellent. Well, he was 7-2 up in the first and let that slip. He's now 7-1 up in this set.
Well, there is a saying, and isn't it, that sometimes you can be in front too early. He would like to be in this position with 2 ends to go.
Yes, but he's made the start that he needed to make. 2 more ends almost seals the set for David. This looks good. It's the spray chalk to indicate that that ball is a toucher, having touched the jack, which means if it goes into the ditch, it stays live. David forced on to the forehand. Struggling for pace. Oh dear.
with David's ability to get out of trouble with the running ball, the last thing he needs is short ones in the way.
Put himself under pressure here, David. Will Mervyn take advantage? He certainly has. That's 2.
Yes, it's 2, but the front balls are not looking too clever. Right, David, the last time that you built up a lead, it all went pear-shaped. You need a close ball.
Oh, he's playing the runner.
Didn't get that one away as smooth as normal.
Oh, he's close. Oh, he'll be happy with that.
Oh,
Great shot.
Absolutely delighted with that.
Whew.
Oh, that was a major, major shot.
Yes, it was.
More important than a lot of people realise.
That was big. That was big. He missed that.
Oh, he was in so much trouble.
He would have been dropping maybe a 3 or a 4 now.
Well, he's not out of the woods yet.
No, he's not.
Mervyn will draw the shot. There's a lot of room. Those balls that you can see in your picture now are well short of the target of the jack. We'll see it coming into your picture now, as Mervyn's King's ball will approach it. There's the jack, and that's still a bit away.
Yeah, not very close. You would expect David to beat that, but wherever David puts this ball, Mervyn has it for possibly a count. I think Sandra's actually looking here to see if David's toucher beats the front balls.
I think it's 3, David. Close for the third one.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
3 shots, and no matter where this goes, Mervyn will be after it. I just wonder, it's almost worthwhile making sure that you pull inside. You may lose the shot out of it, Andy, but at least you're not going to lose 3 or 4.
True. Well, this is the winner going in. Yes, that's 1. Now Mervyn, decision time.
He can see that ball. It's sneaked
Hungry.
out into the open from behind the red ball.
Yeah, he's going for it.
Definitely visible.
And will he hold up?
Needs to hurry. He's got it.
Oh, he's got it perfectly.
Oh, has he ever?
Well,
Well, it was always there. I was saying about that, Andy, maybe just losing a second shot might have been better. Always on target. Takes it away, and we'll have a long, long measure to see if this is 3 shots. And once again, David Gourlay built up a lead, and now he's losing it.
yes, it's certainly 2 balls out. Measure for 3.
And the problem wasn't his last delivery, or the third ball even. It was the first 2 balls that created the difficulty.
Yes, it did. He recovered well with his third ball. A big ball from Mervyn.
Oh, it was a very courageous shot, his third ball, and he did well with the last one. But if he loses this match, he'll look back at a couple of ends and think to himself,
3
mistake.
shots, Mervyn King.
3 shots.
It has to be said, the loose 3 simply due to the fact that David's 2 short balls created the problem for him. Oh, he's a thinker of the game, David Gourlay. He knows when he starts making mistakes, but it's becoming a pattern now when he builds up a lead.
Yes, you feel as though David has got to score this end almost. Or he'll be thinking, wow, what's going on here? Big end this. Talking to himself, why can't I get this opening ball close?
Well, that's struggling for pace as well. And once again, David not nailing the jack, dropping short with the first ball.
Still room. Still a good 2.5 feet to draw the shot here. Well, that wins it.
Well, it does, but it's a distance away.
On green.
Although David will be relieved, I'm sure. I expect Mervyn to draw this.
You go.
2 feet on his last delivery.
This is the direction where the players were saying that the pace of the rink has changed.
Oh, this is the winner coming in. He's after.
And it's a good one as well.
I think that'll force David into the backhand now.
That's 7 inches short jack height and the gap's 3.5 inches.
That's really, forehand will not look too appetising now.
He's still sticking to the forehand. It looks a backhand shot. Yeah, I think you're right there, David.
So it's more open on the backhand.
You could see more on the back forehand.
Oh, he's changed again.
Well,
He's still got a 3-shot lead. Giving it a go, but it needs to hurry.
this is going to be the danger. The ball's in the way.
Well, the thing is that if you'd have played the backhand and put a ball like that in, it would have been hard for Mervyn to get any more than one.
Well, that pace was good. He would have drawn the shot on the backhand, and there's room on the backhand to draw it.
Fully expect Mervyn to draw this one to make it a double. And if he scores a double, well, he looks good for the set. Needs to hurry. Really needs to hurry.
I think that'll go back. I think that'll go back eventually.
Standing up at the moment.
Standing up. Mervyn's kicking it up.
This is very difficult for David to play any pace to it.
Yeah, short balls are not making it a good target. Sticking to his forehand. 1 foot on his last delivery. Well, he's playing the runner. Well, he needs to move the shot. Oh, he's unlucky. He's got second ball, but he was very unlucky. That was a good ball, David.
One shot,
Catches this
Mervyn.
ball. He must think it must catch onto the red ball. It goes through the gap. Only one down. But that was a good ball.
Very good effort by David Gourlay, but not quite. Well, 6 hands, David Gourlay still 2 in front. Still the favourite to take the set.
Two inches. 2 inches.
It's a pattern, isn't it, Andy?
Certainly is. I think David is getting a bit worried out here. thinking, must be hard for him at the moment. He's thinking, what have I done? I was in control of both sets, and all of a sudden, I'm in trouble.
Not only that, but he played so well in the quarter-final, so well semi-final, and just struggling in the final.
Inch and a half.
At what stage will the statistics start to play on David Gourlay's mind?
I think he's thinking at the moment what's going on in finals here. Has looked good throughout this tournament. All of a sudden his form has deserted him. Great try, second ball.
1 red.
On the red.
Yeah, 4 inches past that count.
That's a nice little shoulder for Mervyn to aim for.
Oh, he's close here if he runs. Rest the green ball.
Doesn't even need it.
Moves the jack up the green possibly. Always unlucky. If that had fallen, that was 3 shots.
Yes, but because he didn't fall, he hasn't brought the jack out into the open, and that's good.
2 red.
2 red. And David Gourlay's in big trouble because he's the short ball.
Once again, the short ball wrecks him, as has been the case on a number of occasions. His first ball has caused a problem. And that's the trophy they all want to get their hands on. World Matchplay Championship. It's the 3rd year the Cooperative Funeral Care have sponsored this event, and it's a great event. Guaranteed good play with the top 8 players in the world.
Is this man going to lift the trophy in about 20 minutes time? Well, David Gourlay playing a runner here. Needs to miss his short ball. He catches it. Well, he was not far away, but that's an excellent result for David Gourlay.
That's a maximum result. That really is a maximum result for David.
Well, any other connection here, David, on the short green ball, and he gets nothing. He catches it plumb.
Well, 50% of the time, maybe even more, you would wing that ball. You wouldn't get it solid middle. Certainly wasn't playing for it.
Well,
but it split the head wide open.
This won't be easy to get close.
Well, that's why Mervyn's playing across the rink. Now this ball will travel a fair distance, and now as the weight comes off, it'll pull back. Just watch this ball peg all the way back to the jack.
Very good ball, Mervyn. Very good ball.
And because it's 2, I don't think David can afford to even play at it.
No, this has got to be a draw.
I just wonder, will he play the runner and say to himself, well, if I get the ball out, I reduce it to 1. You would definitely expect him to draw a second shot. But it's a hard one to draw the shot, Andy, so is the percentages on the runner?
No, the percentage must be a draw on the backhand, surely. Backhand, same ball as Mervyn.
Well, I wouldn't be at all surprised if he plays this a runner in the forehand. Damage limitation.
I think he's the only player in the world who'd play a forehand runner here. I think the majority of players here would be trying to draw this on the backhand. Same ball as Mervyn.
I just don't know how long I've been commentating on David Gourlay and played against him many times as well, and he just does. He plays a slightly different game. He plays a very attacking game.
This is a forehand runner. Well, this is jack or nothing almost. I don't think Mervyn could believe what he's playing here.
There it is, forehand runner.
Well, as normal, he won't be far away, but he's got nothing. Oh, David, that's a wrong shot.
Once again, he's hemorrhaging
2
shots.
shots, Mervyn King.
As he did in the first set, 7-3 up, he lost 3 singles, 7 shots, and that cost him the set effectively. 7-1 up, and now he's lost a 3 and a single and a 2. 6 shots in a row, 2 ends to go.
Was that 3 shots? I thought it was only 2.
I thought that end was only 2.
I think it was only 2. Yeah, 7-7.
It's just all gone wrong again.
It has. Well, we've said it for a few ends, David Gourlay, but he must score this end.
Gap 14 inches.
Slight disturbance there. Again, another short first ball.
Well, Mervyn King must be thinking, I'm close to getting this trophy in my hands.
You must be thinking, how is this happening?
Exactly.
And David Gourlay's put so much pressure on his opposition through previous games, and sliding away again in this
5
one
inches.
in the final. Mervyn's done exactly the right thing, just keeping the pressure on, ball after ball. Let David play his attacking game. Where's the draw shots?
Well, he needs to bend hard, catch the ball. He does. Well, that was a good result. He was slightly up.
Certainly was. He was arriving at that with some pace. And he's such a finely tuned player. It wasn't deliberate to arrive at that with a yard of weight.
No, that was a draw. He caught the ball, fortunately. But we all get them. I sense that Mervyn feels he's got his man, shall we say, here. Oh, that's a great ball.
And again, he's making it difficult for David.
It is.
He's drawing shots, but he's not drawing them 6 inches away. He's drawing them an inch or two away.
I think when David has a look at this, he's got to play the backhand.
I'll not be looking at the trophy. There it is. And Mervyn King, well, he's got one hand on that trophy at the moment. And he's got a shot on the rink as well. If he holds on to this one, David Gourlay will need 2 in the last end to force a tie break.
This is a backhand draw. He's under, and he's not got the running.
Well, even if he'd have fallen through onto the back red ball.
It's all gone wrong, I'm afraid, David. Played Mervyn King, number 2.
And even more pressure heaped upon David Gourlay. If Mervyn picks up a double here, well, it's almost there.
2 red.
How is he going to get those out?
Having a look at this, the danger in playing the forehand shot here, David, is you remove your own ball, it's game over.
It's a shake hands. It's 4 shots to red this end.
But what does he do?
Well, the match could be over this end. He likes the forehand runner, but goodness me, Mervyn King, well, he's seen David Gourlay expose himself a little bit of weakness here in terms of his play, and my goodness, has he taken advantage.
Well, this is a forehand runner.
Oh, this is so risky.
This has got to be absolutely perfect.
I might even force him tight. He doesn't want to take his own ball.
Needs to get a good connection. He gets a bad connection.
Whoa, just a fraction off getting past.
Mervyn King.
2 shots to Mervyn. The run continues. David Gourlay 6 shots in front at 7-1. He's now lost 8 shots in a row.
9-7. David Gourlay has got to score a 3 to take this into a tie-break.
Well, we said at 7-1, Andy. It really was too early to have that sort of lead. It's turned out to be the case.
Yes, it certainly was. Well, David Gourlay, I don't think he's going to enjoy watching this game again if he loses this.
Well, it's so unlike David, it really is, but not keep the pressure on. He's been, without doubt, the star player in this event. But he's made it to the final, and for the first half of both sets, he was still the star player.
Yes, played the better bowls, but Mervyn again has just dug in, as he did with Greg in the semi-final this afternoon. I think Mervyn might be the first to admit he hasn't played great bowls, but at times he's just got the balls closer than David, and that's what the game is about.
That's all you need.
Well, it's quite sad to see this, David, but
it's almost every end. The first ball is really not contributing at all to the cause.
Well, David Gourlay needs to score a 3. It's getting harder by the minute.
Well, if Mervyn makes this one up, he just has to beat the front green, and this is good. This is very good. And when you see your opponent struggling the way David is, it just spurs you on.
Yeah, and that's what's happened here.
If he runs at this and misses,
Oh, he can't afford to run
it
here.
has to be a shake hands.
Oh, you can't afford to run at this, David. This should have been staying on the green to give you a chance.
Oh, he's missed it.
Oh dear.
This could be all over. It could be shake hands. It is.
No, I never have shot it away.
Oh, it's no way. No way, David, because it's virtually at a stage of shaking hands now, because,
That ball should have been a yard through. A yard through was giving him a chance.
well,
He's now got no chance.
I don't think so. Fair enough. It happens. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Unless there's some sort of a miracle here and David's able to take all 3 of the red balls out.
But now, I've played Mervyn King.
Well, I think he's forced to run at this. There's no choice but a forehand drive. Well, he's playing pace in the backhand. If this one makes contact, it's fine. If it runs off, they will be
That's
shaking
it.
hands.
All over.
It's all over.
Second set. Match. Mervyn King.
3 shots to Mervyn King on the last end of the second set, and he takes that set. 12 shots to 7. Most remarkable completion to this final, Andy.
Yes. David Gourlay 7-2 up in the first set, 7-1 up in the second set, and control of both of them. And all of a sudden, the form just deserted him.
Yes, it was a very strange game, wasn't it, Andy? Really, you know, David Gourlay 7-2 up after in the first set after 5 ends, 7-1 up after 4 ends in the second set, and it all went pear-shaped twice.
Yes, it really did. I mean, I just don't know what went wrong with David. You know, he's playing so well at the start, playing well throughout the tournament. You know, you just wonder how much damage this is going to do to David Gourlay. This is, you know, they were thinking, what's going on with me in finals? This is different. This is going to be difficult. Mervyn will take a lot of confidence now.
Well, indeed, but it's Mervyn King who's the champion for the World Match Play. He takes it 2-0. Interesting to hear what the players have to say on the analysis with Charlie. Come back in a couple of minutes to find out.